Oh shit. Podcast number 29. Topic for tonight. Oh yeah. How to take her soul. Oh yeah, I gonna like this one. Very important. Oh shit.
Oh damn. That nigga labeled it treasure chest.
Now
open that shit, bro. Let me see what you got.
Now we gotta focus up after.
If you with me,
You didn't put this one out yet either, right?
Shawty, come kick it with
This is me and Randy.
You wanna put you in designer, maybe a little shopping spree. Baby, I ain't perfect, but you just right.
We're gonna get into it after this.
Nah, I ain't perfect. One chance I make you feel like you worth it. On the weekends, buy you Birkins. Weekdays, I'ma put the work in. Be the one that you've been searching. Slide on you in the Beamer. Got them white toes on, girl, you a diva. Get you where I stay at, I'm a pleaser. You ever been courtside of an arena? Yeah, you know I got
Sometimes
it.
you gotta deal with that, brother.
I make them deposits, buy you brands you ain't even thought of. Birthdays, it's gonna be a party. All your girlfriends gonna want me. Take you on vacation, girl, time's wasting. Don't make me replace you, girl, just saying. No finessing, I ain't stressing. All my DMs, shorty's pressing. Your boy been a blessing. If you with me, I got it. Shorty,
So we need all the unreleased at this
with
point.
me. You wanna
That's Randy right there.
put you
My
in
part coming
designer,
up.
maybe a little shopping spree. Baby, I ain't perfect, but you just right for me.
Look, shorty, why you keep blowing my phone? You know I'm with the squad. I hit you when I'm on the way home. I had to get this bag, so we take this trip to Rome. You know I keep the chrome for niggas acting strong, but hey, that's a different tone. Let me leave it alone. But remember, I hit the rock with my niggas. We hit the spot with the figures. I was dreaming about the bigger picture. Have a splurging and shit. Get this money, put my word on this shit. Niggas ain't fucking with me like a virgin and shit. So how you gonna choose better? I hit you with that backstroke. I need that cheddar. These other niggas is lactose. Spin on you, girl, I do the most. Let's make a toast, live it up, and we can fly the coast. With that Birkin bag, you can boast. Shitting all these bitches that was trying to roast in the past. This money, I'ma make it last. Let's get this cash fast. Just cash.
If you with me, I got it. Shawty, come kick it with me. You wanna put you in designer, maybe a little shopping spree. Baby, I ain't perfect, but you just right for me. Yeah.
All right, that was Right For Me by me and Randy Candy. That was our music. Unreleased, of course. Y'all gonna get it soon. It's coming soon. It's coming. Oh, KJ dropping the bag. Thank you, KJ. Appreciate it. And everybody else who dropped some some gifts in the chat. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into this topic. And I see your questions on the YouTube live chat. But let's get into it. So today's topic for this podcast is how to take her soul.
Take her soul.
Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, obviously, and I gotta say this by the way, guys, for the link in the bio for the podcast, it's in the link. It's in the link in my bio for the podcast. So go there if you guys are looking for that. It's on Instagram and on TikTok. All right, so let's get into the topic. So, taking her soul. But before we get into this, I have to say, but me being a religious person, I'm not the most religious, but I have to say, me being a Muslim man, I have sex before marriage. Obviously, it's haram. You should wait till you get married to have sex. But we know y'all nasty motherfuckers ain't doing that. So I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. I know why you guys want to do this, and it's really important. I'm just trying to bring balance to society. So when Judgment Day come, when y'all niggas is questioned about this shit, don't come at me.
I'm gonna be like, my bad.
Don't come at me, because I already told y'all. There's some powerful shit I'm teaching y'all. But anyway, so let's get it. First of all, taking her soul, it's not just first off sex. Like that's a big portion of it, but that's not the only thing that's gonna make her submit to you. That's not the only thing that's gonna make her fall deeply in love with you. It's a big part of it. It's a very big part of it. But you have to, all the things that I basically talked about on the last podcast, if you didn't hear it, if you're just joining, link in the bio. But I talked about how to be a man, checking her, you know, when she disrespects you. Don't tolerate the disrespect. Call her out on her bullshit. Don't, you know, go for anything she says. Don't give in to her. Don't be weak. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow her to say, oh, you can't go out. If she acts nicely, can you please stay home with me tonight? I love you. I care. That's okay sometime. Cool. If she said nicely, and if you really don't want to go out, but if you want to go out with your friends, you're going out with your, like, no, I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to completely neglect her. But my point is, before we get into talking about sex, just know sex isn't the only thing that's going to keep her. Now, it can play a big role, especially at first. You know what I'm saying? When you're just laying down the pipe and that's how it starts off, and she realizes, damn, like, this shit is crazy. She can fall in love that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about long-term keeping your female and keeping her under wraps, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be all encompassing. You gotta have everything well put together. You know what I'm saying? But when that pipe game is right, trust me when I tell you, it's very powerful, very powerful. I think just about any female that I talk to longer than 2 or 3 months, they are in love. And I think the same thing goes for you, right, Randy?
Just about.
They fall in love unless they're just some whores. and that can be explained scientifically. It can be explained scientifically. But there's elements to sex. Listen, you got to not only you got to be piping it right, you got to be eating it right. You got shit. I'll be extra.
You gotta be on your A game.
I'll be sucking toes.
On your A game, 100% of the time.
Giving them throat babies. I'm trying to give them to you.
Throat baby. Trying to bust on you.
All right, so let's get into it. So let's see what we got. I took a lot of notes on this one, so you guys got to be patient with me. Now listen, when it comes to having sex, you can get a female into her emotions. You can tell my shit whack. It's only one way to find out, baby. How about you come and try? Talking about my shit whack. You don't even believe it. Look at me. I look like I got some whack shit. Look at my eyes, bitch. Man, fuck out. Hey, that's how you do him, Randy. That's the look you give him.
Nah, I'd be like.
Listen. When it comes to this pipe game, motherfucker, I'm the dog. Let me stop talking shit. Let's get into the topic.
That's like my worst fear. That's how I always approach life. Like, nah, she is not gonna go back and tell her friends I gave her some bad days.
Hell no.
Never.
Hell no. I haven't slipped up in years. It's been years since I gave somebody a quick pump. In like almost like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
My quickies are 15, 20 minutes. For some of y'all niggas, that's a full sex.
I'd feel terrible.
Nah, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes the shit.
No, but that's on me though. I'd be like, nah, I can't go out like this.
I think
I'd be eating.
I think in recent years, the fastest I've gotten is like I want to say 12 minutes. But in that 12 minutes, she done came. Show. But in the 12 minutes, she done came like 5 times.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, my bad. That was a fast one. It's okay. That might have been the best. Like, bitch, what? Like, what? But anyway, but when it comes to having sex, you can take her soul. And listen, the better the sex, the better this works, too. You know what I'm saying? You can still have it. You can still, like, get control of her body and control of her mind with giving her sex if it's decent. But the better this is, the more profound it works. The better you're piping it down, the better you knocking her doonies down, the more of effect it's gonna have. I know recently, Randy, I can talk about myself all day because this happens a lot. But I know recently with Randy, he was knocking shorty shit down in what 2 months, 3 months. She told you she loved you.
Yeah, less than
that. She talking about she loved him already. You know what I'm saying?
She want 4 kids, marriage by 23.
She telling him everything. But I can speak for Randy, no homo. You know, he's my best friend. So he done watched me fuck bitches. I done watched him fuck bitches, all that shit. So we know we're a little above average when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can vouch, nigga. I can vouch for him. You know
Neighbors know my name.
Exactly.
My name.
And he my roommate. So I hear everything. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be going for hours. The same thing, vice versa.
I went through the whole Tory Lanez mixtape just now.
Remember the other day, what would you say you was watching? What you was watching on YouTube?
Oh, Kevin Samuels.
He was watching Kevin Samuels, and I
went through a whole episode.
And his episodes be like an hour or two or some crazy shit like that. Niggas be in it. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't even hear Kevin yell at these bitches.
But and this, and you be careful. I'll be careful when I say this. When you have raw sex, is more powerful. And I'm not gonna tell you, just don't go out here nutting in females, because you will get her pregnant, and that's not what I'm telling you to do. If she's on birth control, yeah, maybe it's okay, but even still, you don't want to do that. But something's going to drip in there. And the thing is, when you having raw sex with females, your DNA is being injected into her. Your life force, even if you're not having like raw sex where your life force is in her. You know what I'm saying? And there's always, especially if you busting in her, you know what I'm saying, you just letting it go. There is a part of you that's in her. And I'll be wilding because I ain't even gonna tell my personal business online, but
I hit it from the back. I beat her doing these down.
But when you doing that, it's a lot more profound. You know what I'm saying? Even if the sex is bad, you can still get the same result. But the better the sex, the more you can take her soul, the better it is. The better it is. So I'm telling you guys, sex plays a very big role. And this is why women get emotional. I remember we were talking to Allison. Allison gave us an example how she was. I know she don't mind because we already did the live. She was on live talking about it. How one of our followers, she was talking about how she was messing with a guy for a while, and she just got emotional, and she kind of like, I think it was she forced him. She wanted to try to talk about a relationship.
It was like a moment of weakness.
She had a moment of weakness, but the point is, and she explained, she said, sometimes that thing just be so good, but you get in women into their emotional state. You make women emotional when you get into that. You know what I'm saying? And this applies about just about all women. This applies. It doesn't apply as much to men. Because men, like, for example, you done seen so many times where men, they super in love with their wife. They'll go cheat on their husband, and their wife and cheat on their husband. And super in love with their wife, and they go cheat on their wife, and and they'll still love their wife. You know what I'm saying?
We can separate that.
Yeah, and even on a scientific level, it can be explained why women can't separate it. Like this, that's a real thing, and I'll get to that in a bit. And why do you think that, like, when you talking to women start acting crazy, they start, they want to go breaking windows, and this is why I said to have her soul, it's not just the sex, because when she starts acting crazy and acting out, if you didn't correct the disrespect from the jump, so when she goes to like slash your tires or break your windows or go do some real criminal shit that she can go to jail for because you fucking her so good and you never checked on the disrespect, that's how shit gets out of control. Why do you think women would be so emotional? They falling in love with you quick. They get emotionally attached, and it's hard for them to move on. I had a female client that hit me up, and she's on her ex, and she was like, "Well, I want to move on, but I can't because even though we're broken up, I feel like I'm cheating on him. Even though if I talk to another guy, she can't do it.
He was giving a good sex.
Obviously, she's still attached emotionally.
He was doing something right.
She's attached emotionally. They can't just move on like that. And a lot of women, and this is what you call soul ties. A lot of women can't recover. A lot of women don't recover. A lot of women, they'll break up with their ex and still be in love with him and still have that sexual connection to him. So she'll be in a whole nother relationship, probably getting worse dick than what she was getting from the last guy, and still be thinking about him. Why do you think so many women cheat with their ex? That sexual bond is still there. It's still there. She still is linked to that man. The soul tie never left.
She want that old thing back.
She want the old thing back, especially if she ain't getting something better or close to it. That's why I say, guys, you got to perform. Everything counts when it comes to a relationship, man.
Every time I approach sex, I'm always on my A game. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get her as many times as possible. That's how it has to be.
Shit is very real, and it's very serious. That's why a lot of women cheat. A lot of women be cheating with their ex. And the good sex can turn her out. Oh man, see, I done turned out a lot of them. Listen, and the bad part is, when it comes to sex, most people don't have sex as much as like as what you call a high value man. And that's why a lot of women don't like how I equate sex to being high value, but your average person isn't having that much sex.
Five pumps.
Exactly. The girls talking about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you know how the average penis size is 5 inches. I need 8 or more. Well, or I need 7 or more. Well, we fucking with that over here. So you know when you fall into that,
you're very rarely gonna find that.
Exactly. It's not common. So a lot of women where they want these things because their ex had it and they're trying to find it in the new guy and they can't find it. And especially if he's like, fuck it, I'll tell you. Listen, if you doing all that extra shit like sucking her toes, you know, you eating the punani good, you know, you eating the nana real good, you eating the groceries, you know what I'm saying? He just got hair on his chin. Look at mine.
Nah, I just don't grow hair. But I've been trying to get it.
You eating the booty. You doing all that.
Best believe I've been trying to get some facial hair.
Listen, when you doing all that extra stuff that most guys aren't doing, and then you fuck around and turn her out, and then she try to go find that in the next guy.
That shit is a sport for me. It's more important than eating food.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
More important than drinking water, man.
At a certain point, it was just a numbers game for me myself. But when you turn her out and then you really fuck up her head, and then she try to go find that in the next guy, that becomes the ideal sex partner for her. And if the next guy isn't doing it, he whack. Oh, I can't. Oh my God. He tried to have sex with me. His shit was only 4. I didn't even feel it in the back of my pussy, because she's equating good sex to what that last guy did.
Yeah, one of my shorties is like, damn, you fucked up my whole expectations. She's like, it's never gonna be the same. So
if you ain't fucking her for at least 40 minutes to 2 hours or hour, if she ain't coming 5 and 6 times, and it'll really fuck. And you know, a lot of girls, most girls that I meet are not getting sex like that. I hear it a lot. Oh, you're the best I've ever had. That's the best I've sex. I hear that a lot. And it really goes to show the plane. I mean, it's better for us. It's better for niggas like us, because you know what I'm saying, the expectations for men nowadays are so fucking low that when they get somebody that's really knocking their doonies down, it's like, this nigga's a god. And then when you got the red pill knowledge with that, sometimes the money don't even matter. It don't. And then when you know how to like navigate through a relationship, and you got her in the emotions, and you can take her emotions from here to here,
you're
and
knocking off all the check marks.
Yo, you like I said, you fucking like a god in her eyes. You're a god amongst men, and it's serious. And when you turn her out, that shit is real. And this is why women can't have sex like men, because I watched another video where a girl was like, oh, I'm single, but I want a good sex partner. And it's so hard for her to find a good sex partner, because she goes around finding men that try to make her come, and they can make her come, but like not in the way she likes. So she says she wants a man, but she don't want a boyfriend, but she just wants a good sex partner. So now, ever since that person that messed her up, she goes around trying to find this perfect sex partner, like that one that she had. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, for example, your Egyptian shorty, you fucking her great. She loves everything about it. Now she go to try to find somebody that equates to that. You know what I'm saying? But she can't find it. So she's going to keep searching and keep fucking all these dudes until she finds that person that gives her that dose of oxytocin that her brain releases when she's coming.
Like people who smoke weed for the first time, like, you'll never get that same high that you got that first time. So you're just going to keep smoking till you get that high back.
Exactly. So now you catching all these bodies, and it's hard for you to parabond, and we'll get into what parabonding means in a second. But parabond means basically when you have a sexual connection with your partner. And this is why women can't move like men. Women can't move like men because you gaining all these bodies, and then it's harder for you to have a sexual connection with that person, and that kind of is ruined for you. It seriously is. And it's harder for you to create that soul tie. And it's the perfect reason why women should not have multiple sex partners. And even still, like, it's almost like a natural inclination. Why do you think? And that explains the double standard now that I'm thinking about it. It really does, because when it comes to having sex, right? And you say, if a girl discloses her body count, let's say if she says, I have 50 bodies, 60 bodies, I have 10 bodies. Women don't like that. Guys, the live is about to end. Just rejoin it. But save it. Save that shit. But women, like, say if she discloses her body count and she says, oh, I have this amount of bodies, but men don't like that. Men don't like, say, especially 50 bodies. That's crazy. Some men, you tell a man and you're a female that you got more than 10 bodies, he gonna look at you crazy. If you tell a man you got more than 10 bodies, he's gonna kind of look at you sideways. But a nigga like me, I can understand, because it depending on her age. If she's like in her late 20s and she has 10 bodies, that's really not that much. Because let's say if she started having sex at 17 or 50, because me, I started when I was 12, and the girl was 12 too. So imagine her having 10 bodies. It's not that bad. She could have had a few failed relationships or a few one-night stands that she thought that was going to turn into a relationship, but it really wasn't. So she had to learn from her lessons. She kept getting a little more reserved. You know what I'm saying? That's not that bad if you think about it. But some guys, they're not accepting that. They're not. And honestly, the girls that I talk to, they don't have that many bodies, and those are girls that I can honestly marry. You know, and it's definitely less than 10. Well, I hope so. I think so. You never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
You never really know the truth, but you
can that leap of faith.
you can approximate. You know what I'm saying? But it's a natural inclination for guys to like be turned off from that stuff. Guys naturally don't like that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not every guy's gonna react.
They don't like that. Most guys don't. And they know it's like a inherent thing to naturally don't like girls with a lot of bodies. And on a subconscious level, it's hard to pair bond with those girls. It's hard to get a sexual connection because they've been fucking everybody and just fucking the world. That ability to connect, it's like a drug. Exactly. It's like Randy says, like a drug. The more you take that drug, you need a stronger and stronger dose. And it's harder for you to settle down because that you get addicted, that feeling that you should be addicted to, it's not as strong as before. It's not as strong as before. So it probably won't work. And that's why men they don't want that. They don't want hoes. Plain and simple. All right. So I went to psychologicalscience.org, basically, and they gave studies on what you call pair bonding, right? So what you call the love hormone is oxytocin. Oxytocin. Yeah, there we go. I said it right. Now it says, what did we say? A lot of sex helps. So when you're pair bonding with a partner, right? Like say when you have a partner and lots of sex helps with making that connection. And in men, we have, I think it's men and women, but we have what you call like oxytocin. Like oxytocin is released. And when you do little things like holding hand in public, hugging and kissing, the oxytocin is released in your brain. And that's what creates in men. But it's more natural for a man, and even among scientists, it's more natural for a man to be with multiple women just for the simple fact of procreation. For the simple fact of procreation, it's more natural for a man to be with multiple women. So a man, it's more natural for a man to like try to have sex with a woman and then want to have sex with another one. You know what I'm saying? Because when we have sex, we can have an emotional connection, but not as much as a female. Females get emotional. Females get, more of a stronger connection. And basically, I'll wait before I get to it. It says the more sex that a guy has, and really what keeps a guy from like going crazy and having is society. So because society, the whole ideal for a relationship with a man is, you got to have one wife or two wives. Because, you know what I'm saying? So most men, we're brainwashed with that shit. So most men aren't having sex with like hundreds of women or, 50, 60, 70 women like that.
Good. We would.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of us are though. A lot of us are doing it.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. A lot of us are doing it. So now it says with men can get sexually attached, and the more sex that you have, even with men and women, it's harder to pair bond. So it's harder to make a sexual connection the more sexual partners you have. Why? Because in a man's brain, it becomes habit. You know, like when you start new habits, your brain makes new creases and it makes new habits. But and it doesn't stop the oxytocin. The oxytocin is still released. But with men, they can break that habit. You know, they can rebuild up that habit. And this is according to science. I took the best parts that I can. You guys can go on psychologicalscience.org and look for yourself. I doubt you lazy motherfuckers are, but you can. Now it said men can also get back to that state where they can pair bond with one woman a lot easier. They just have to go through that routine and basically retrain their brain. Now, biologically, women don't share that same ability. They don't share that same ability to like say they can pair bond, right? But when it comes to like breaking that habit of getting back to being with one partner, like men can be with multiple sex partners, and it gets harder to pair bond the more partners you're with, right? But men can break that habit, and when they decide to settle down with one woman, they can get into that habit again. According to scientists, biologically, women don't have that same ability. Once they keep fucking all these different guys and it comes harder with them to pair bond, the only way for them to stick with one guy is just sheer willpower. Scientifically, we are designed to be with multiple women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the feminism shit is bullshit, because, oh, we want to be like men. We want to have sex just as much. No, you're fucking yourself up on the long term. It's harder to pair bond for you with a partner. It's harder for you to create that sexual tie when you have multiple partners. A man can come back from it. I'm pulling up scientific data. A woman, they don't have that same ability. So it's a natural inclination that y'all can't move like men. And this is why I say all the time, men and women are not equal at all. Physically, what are you talking about? Physical strength, sexual compatibility, and we're not equal. And the scientific data points towards all of it. Even when you look at the studies about in Scandinavia, the one that Jordan Peterson had produced, when it talks about when he goes into making money, we are not equal. But guys, when it comes to taking her soul, it's very important. Sex is important, and the better you are at sex, the better this works. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like your thing ain't that big ain't thanging and you ain't hitting her guts like you should be, you got to compensate for something else. You got to compensate for something else. You got to make it do what it do. But this is just something that I really had to do because I felt as if it was very important. And when it comes to taking her soul, listen, lasting longer, compensating for the things that you fall short on. And honestly, one of the best ways to get better at sex is practice. You know what I'm saying? Even if you gotta like get one person and you know what I'm saying, just practice with her for a while. But
what did it say? Psychological science. What?
So the website is psychologicalscience.org. And if you go on the website, they have even more studies that'll better explain it, because I only gave y'all bits and pieces just to justify what I had to say. So if you go on that website, it'll show you. Men and women, we are not equal. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the motherfucking pudding. But we're going to end this one off. Guys, if you have questions, you can go right along to the Instagram, and we're going to take some questions. I'm going to end it off with some music. You got a minute. You going to play some music? You want me to play?
Yeah, I'm going to play my song again.
Connected to Bluetooth.
Drop some questions in the question box or go on the live on Instagram.
Dicen que no tengo nada, pero contigo siento como si tuviera todo para mí, todo para mí. Obvio ni modo, si todo para mí. Hey. They say I got nothing on my plate. They should wait. I got tricks up my sleeve. Fuck around, got these bitches on my sheets. Say you love her, she a 10. If I hit, no offense. I fuck twice, then I rinse. I don't fuck with no friends. Yeah, they split. I don't fuck with no trends. Say they rich.
Link in the bio. Link in the bio.
But I know I got hoes, and that's goals.
Hell no.
You already know I know.